Good morning, guys. I hope you are doing well. Happy Thursday. So this morning, guys, my name is Andy and I am a qualified fitness coach down here in Melbourne. I work at TFS, or the Fit Shop, and I'm also fortunate enough to be a Happiness Co-ambassador. Hey guys, I can't see who's on, but thank you for jumping on. Hey Robin, qualified fitness instructor, Happiness Co-ambassador, been doing the fitness coaching for about 12 years now. And as I said last time, have worked with a whole range of population. Hey Jolene, looking at a whole range of population, whole different goal, all different goals and that sort of stuff. So I think fairly well versed in all different sorts of fitness training. This morning, guys, just wanted to take you through hey Stacey, hey Jamie, wanted to take you guys through just a bodyweight strength training program that obviously you can do at home. Obviously at the moment it's challenging to get out and do go to the gym, keep up your normal routine. But it's one of those things that you don't need a lot of equipment or any equipment to be able to get a really good workout in and improve your strength. Obviously super excited to be here, guys. Obviously Happiness, representing Happiness Co and Happiness Aid, it's doing some amazing things. And as I said last time, obviously there've been some incredible content already, and even more so again this week. I think it's it truly is amazing, when you can get over 4,000 people together, all sharing, a similar interest in wanting to better ourselves, and also to just wanting to, hey Brendan, how you doing? Making sure that we get through this isolation period and come out the other side bigger and better than, or hopefully not bigger, but better than what we were before we went into it. So awesome job, guys. Again, thank you so much for jumping on. And let's get into a warm-up. So what we're going to do, guys, going to jump down straight into a warm-up. Going to go into some glute bridges first. So I want you to hop down onto your back for me. Hopefully you can see me there. So jumping down on the back, guys, bend the knees up. Want the feet, the heels in nice and close to the backside for this one. Okay, drop the head back onto the floor. Just rotate the pelvis up towards the chin just a little bit, okay? So helping to engage through the core, and then we're squeezing through the glutes, lifting our hips up nice and high, but without arching our lower back. Okay, controlling both up and down. It's going to go for another 20 seconds of these, just nice and slow and controlled. So we're trying to get our glutes to fire. Our glutes are our powerhouse, so that's where a lot of our strength and power comes from, particularly when we're running. But also from a stability perspective, really important muscle group to make sure that they're working properly. If you find that you're getting a lot of lower back pain, often it can be as a result of your glutes not working properly. All right, guys, that'll do. Rolling over. So next one is a set of push-ups. So with your push-ups, again, either off the knees or the toes, just make sure your hands are about shoulder width apart. Okay. Again, just nice and slow and controlled. Remember with these ones, the aim is not to get the chin to the floor, okay? So I don't want you poking the chin forward. Remember, I want you to try and imagine that you've got a tennis ball under the chin and you're holding that there the whole time you go up and down. So shoulders and hips go down and up at the same time. All right, ready? Let's go. So just nice and slow for about 20 seconds. Okay, so again, just warming up. Little pause at the bottom. So really concentrate on squeezing through the pecs. So obviously the muscles in the chest and the shoulders, also the triceps. Really concentrate on squeezing those muscles from the bottom coming up to the top. So obviously that's where we're trying to engage. All right, guys, that'll do for that one. Next one, jumping up. Going to go into a set of squats. Okay, so bodyweight squat. So from side on, imagining that there's a chair behind you. Okay, so I've actually got a table here behind me. So standing out away from it, pushing the hips back first, down, and then up, okay? So you can do these freestanding, but as I said, just imagine that there's a table behind, so break the hips first, push your hips back, bend the knees, down and up, just whatever your best range is, okay? You can see from me, probably at the moment, I'm a little bit tight through the front of my shins, which is limiting my range a little bit, so I need to do a little bit more mobility work through there. But again, really concentrate from the bottom here, pushing up through the heels, just slightly a little bit more than the forefoot. So let's say 60% heels, 40% forefoot. So we're getting our glutes as well as our quads and hamstrings working. Last one. All right, nice job, guys. Going to jump down. We'll do one more set of each one of those. So we're going to go into our glute bridges next. All right, so same thing. Just make sure, remember, tuck the hips up towards the chin just a little bit. Hold that. Press through the heels, squeeze the glutes, lifting up nice and high. But just make sure, like I said, if you're feeling this in the lower back, it means that you're arching the back too much. Try to pull the belly button in a little bit more and rotate those hips up if you're feeling it in the lower back. Controlling down and up. That's it. Nice job, guys. So nice and slow and controlled. Like I said, remember this morning is about strength, so we're not necessarily trying to get the heart rate right up. It's about concentrating and using the right muscles at the right time and making sure that they're working when they should. So next one, back into our push-ups. So this time, I want you to pause at the bottom for a second, have a definitive pause. So you're resting at the bottom there. Like I said, you can either do off the knees or the toes. Okay, ready? Let's go. So down, pause, all the way back to the top, down, try not to rest too long at the top. So remember, as you come down from the bottom here, concentrating, pressing from the chest. One good thing that you can do is imagine that you're trying to squeeze the hands together on the floor. That can really help to engage the chest. Last one. Awesome. All right. So last one, going to go into our squats again. So same thing. Break the hips first. This time we're going to have the hands up at shoulder height. All right, ready? Let's go. So down and up. So pushing your hips back, still want the knees to come forward. Try not to collapse the upper body. Keep the upper body nice and tall, so keep the chest up. That's it, good guys, last two. Awesome, nice job, all right. Shake the legs out. Hey Fiona, how you doing? Hey Helen. Thank you for jumping on, guys, really appreciate it. All right, guys, so for our first lot of 3 exercises, the first one we're gonna go into, we're gonna be hopping down onto our front. So I'll move back in a second so you can obviously see me. But basically, laying face down, extending the arms up in front of us. From here, just retract the shoulders back a little bit away from the ears, okay? So rather than having them up here, pull them down, and then we're pulling the elbows back behind, imagining that we're trying to get our elbows to touch together behind us. Okay, so we're really gonna be working nice and strong through this upper back here, okay? Great one for posture. If you do a lot of sitting during the day, this is a great one to do. You know, you can do it at work, just standing, or certainly at nighttime, or in the morning, or both. To help improve the strength and in between the shoulder blades and help to get those muscles to wake up, all right? So we're gonna go for 45 seconds in each of these rounds now. Let me just put my timer on. All right, so like I said, lying face down or laying face down, want the toes to stay on the floor, so we're just lifting the arms up. Remember, retract the shoulders a little bit. Pull the elbows back, squeeze nice and strong at the back here, hold for a second, and then extending all the way up. All right, so 45 seconds for the first one. All right, ready? Let's go. So pulling back. I don't know if you guys can see me there. So laying down, extend out, pull the elbows back, squeeze, hold for a second, and then extend out again. Remember, retract the shoulders. Keep them down and back, squeeze in between the shoulder blades, and then extend out. Okay, just make sure that you're not coming up too high. If you're feeling it in the lower back, just drop the chest down towards the floor just a little bit more for me. Like I said, hopefully you guys can see me, so extending out. Nice and strong. And time. All right, so the next one, another set of glute bridges. Like I said before, really important exercise to make sure that you're getting good power when you're running, but also to help take the pressure off our lower backs. Okay, ready? Let's go. So same thing, tuck the hips, squeeze the glutes, hold at the top for a second, control on the way down. Pause at the top. As soon as your bum touches the floor, I want you to go again. So you're controlling up and down, reset and go. That's it, nice, good. Like I said, make sure you get a really good squeeze at the top. Keep those heels in nice and close to the backside if you need to. You can lift the toes off the floor, so then you're only pushing through the heels. By pushing through the heels, it really helps to get the glutes activated, which, like I said, that's exactly where we want to be firing. Excuse the garbage truck at the back there. All right, guys, that'll do for those ones. So next one is a hack squat. Okay, so with these ones, you might not be able to see, but want the heels up off the floor the whole time, okay? This time we want the knees to come past the toes and the upper body nice and tall, okay? So heels stay up the whole time. All right, ready? Let's go. So this one, we're really loading up through the quads, so the muscles at the front of our legs, and you should really feel this one just above the knees, okay? So heels off the floor, nice and tall in the upper body, get the knees past the toes, okay? Whatever your best range is, if you can't get down that low, that's fine, just whatever your best range is. So again, just nice and slow and controlled. Good guys, good. Should be starting to burn just a little bit, so pressing through the toes this time. Like I said, really working through the bottom of the quads. If you haven't done these ones before, you'll definitely feel them tomorrow and maybe later on. All right, shake the legs out. So we're going to go back into our lying retractions. This time, it's a 3-second release on the way out. Okay, so pause for 1, 3 seconds, nice and slow on the way up. Okay, ready? All right, let's go. So stretch the arms out, pull the shoulders, pull the elbows back. Like I said, imagine we're squeezing together behind, hold for a second, and then nice and slow on the way out. Really trying to get maximum engagement here in between the shoulder blades. So holding that contraction for as long as you can, stretch all the way out and back. Like I said, just make sure you're not lifting up too high with the chest. Keep the eyes down on the floor. Just so you're not feeling it too much in the lower back. All right, nice work, guys. That's time for those. So next one is the glute bridges. So this time we're going to add a little pulse in at the top, okay? Little pulse in at the top. So up to the top, down about quarter of the way, and then back up to the top, and then all the way down. All right, ready? Let's go. So nice and slow and controlled to the top. Remember, tuck the hips, down just a quarter, squeeze, back up, and then all the way down. Squeeze the glutes, lift up, all the way, down, quarter, back up, and then all the way back down. Like I said, make sure you're maintaining that control through the hips, so the hips stay rotated up a little bit. That really helps to engage the glutes. And just make sure when you look down that the knees aren't falling into the middle. Want the knees in line with the hips and in line with the ankles. It's a good guy. So all the way up, little squeeze, down, last one. Awesome, nice work. Okay, so next one was those hack squats again. So same as before, get those heels up off the floor. Remember, just whatever your best range is, get those knees coming past the toes. All right, guys, ready? Let's go. So nice and tall in the upper body, down as low as you can, pressing up through the toes, try not to rest at the top. Okay, pause at the bottom. Make sure you're breathing as well. Really important to concentrate on the breathing. Remember, if you start to shallow breathe, you're going to tense up through the shoulders, through the upper traps, through the neck. Nice big deep breaths. So breathe in on the way down, hold at the bottom for a second, breathe out on the way up. Last one. Awesome, nice job, guys. All right, shake the legs out. All right, that will do for those ones, guys. Going to move on to our next 3 exercises. So grab a quick drink if you want one. Good, I'm glad it's keeping you focused, Abby. That's awesome. Give us a thumbs up, guys, if you're doing okay. All right, so our next 3 guys are going to go into a set of push-ups. So as I said before, same thing. So 45 seconds, okay? So with the push-ups, what I want you to do is just a little pause at the bottom. Nice and slow and controlled on the way down, little pause, and then all the way back up to the top. Same thing, try not to rest at the top too much. If you start on your toes and you need to go onto the knees, that's fine. And equally too, if you start on the knees and you need to rest a little bit more, that's fine too, okay? So same thing, 45 seconds. All right, ready? 3 seconds. So push-ups, knees or toes, remember, hips and shoulders down and up. Let's go. Try not to poke those chins, so keep the chin in, down, little pause, and then up. Down, little pause, and up. So remember, it's not about how quick you can go. Slow it down. Really concentrate on the right muscles working. So remember, squeeze those hands together on the floor. Concentrate on pushing up from the chest first, then the triceps and the shoulders. See, good, we're almost done. And time. Nice work, all right. So our next one is an RDL. So standing up nice and tall, pull the shoulders back, relax the knees just a little bit, and then leaning forward, okay, pushing our hips back. Should get a really good stretch in our hamstrings, and then we're squeezing our glutes and hamstrings to stand up nice and tall. All right, ready? Let's go. So leaning at the hips, coming forward, pause, squeeze, stand up tall, okay? So the weight goes back into the heels with these ones. Like I said, get that stretch in the hamstrings, squeeze the glutes. So with the weight in the heels, it's a bit more glute focused. You can put the weight to the forefoot and it becomes a bit more hamstring focused, but this morning, focusing on our glutes. So remember, keep those shoulders back the whole time, nice and strong, and up. Okay, if you want, you can slide the hands down to about the knees, and then push your hips forward. Awesome, nice one. So hopefully you felt that in the hamstrings and the glutes. Like I said, glutes a little bit more so. So our next one is going to be a split squat. So you're going to keep 1 foot forward. So like a lunge, but 1 foot stays forward, okay? So we're going to go 5 one side, 5 the other side. All right, ready, let's go. So as we come down, a little pause at the bottom. Remember, keep that knee in line with the second toe. And if you can, try and get the knee to the toes or past the toes, depending on your range of motion in the ankle, okay? Equally too, if you can't get down, if you can only get down quarter of the way, that's fine. Again, just whatever your best range is. You want that back knee to stop just before the floor, okay? So it's stopping just before the floor, so the weight stays in that front leg. All right, swap sides, must be 5. Nice and slow and controlled. Last one. Awesome, nice work. All right, shake the legs out. All right, so we're gonna go back into our push-ups next. So we've got one more set for each of these ones, and then we've got one last set of 3. All right, so push-ups first, ready? No poking the chin. All right, let's go. Hips and shoulders down and up at the same time. Little pause at the bottom and back up. Remember, squeeze. Imagine you're squeezing the hands together. So really concentrate on pushing from the chest down and up, nice and slow and controlled. That's it, doing an awesome job, guys. Make sure you keep nice and strong through the core. So think of this as an extension of plank hold, okay? So nice and strong. Last 5 seconds, so last one, nice and slow. Little pause, and up, nice work. All right. Give a sweat. So our next one, guys, is going into our RDL, so same as before. Like I said, if you want to, hands on the quads to start with, at the top of the quads. Slide them down to the knees, push your hips back. Remember, keep those shoulders back, and then squeeze the glutes to stand up. All right, ready? Let's go. So hips back, little pause, squeeze the glutes, and stand up nice and tall. Push your hips back, keep those shoulders back, squeeze the glutes, stand up tall. So as I said before, really great exercise, but strength through the glutes. Helps to relieve back pain. If your glutes aren't working properly, often you'll find that's where back pain can come from. Hey Chris, great work. Jaylene, thank you for jumping on. That's it, last couple, guys. Nice and slow, and up. So you'll find as well, by keeping your shoulders back and down, rather than letting them round forward, it actually helps to engage through the back, which then will help to engage the glutes too. So our next one is our split squats. Start on the other leg this time. All right, ready? Let's go. So down nice and slow, little pause. Remember, keep that back knee up off the floor. Front knee's going forward to the toes, or past the toes if you've got the range of motion. If you find that your balance is a little off, you can use the back of the couch or something to lean on if you need to. All right, swap sides. Or just take the back foot out a little bit wider. Good, guys, good. So with these ones, really concentrate on pushing a little bit more through the forefoot. Control down, little pause, pressing up. Awesome, nice job, guys. Shake the legs out. All right, so our next 3 exercises. Going to go into a set of dips first. Okay, so dips working through the back of the arms, the triceps here, and also a little bit through the shoulders. So you've got 2 options here. I'll show you the first one. As I said before, I've got the coffee table here that I'm going to use. Okay, so from front on, want the thumbs to touch the hips, sitting up nice and tall. Okay, knees bent, bum is in nice and close to whatever you're using, the table or the edge of the couch. Okay, from here, keep the shoulders back again, bend at the elbows, down, straighten the arms out. Okay, so really going to feel that through the triceps. So that's front on, side on. Okay, same thing, nice and tall through the upper body, bend the elbows, extend up. Okay, you can already feel that working in the triceps. One thing I want you to be mindful of with those ones is as you come down, as you bend the elbows, okay, try not to let the shoulders round too far forward. If your shoulders go too far forward, it's not a great position for your shoulders, okay, obviously with your body, supporting your body weight. So remember, keep those shoulders back, bend the elbows, okay? So same thing again, just whatever your best range is. If you need to modify the range, that's fine. All right, so we're gonna go into those first and then I'll explain the other 2. So you've still got 10 seconds. So set yourself up, if you want to, you can do these ones off the floor as well. Okay, so sitting up nice and tall, heels on the floor, fingertips pointing towards the heels, and all you're going to do from here, bum touches the floor, straighten the arms out, down, bend the elbows, bum touches the floor, straighten the arms out. Okay, so same thing, except obviously just off the floor if you don't have a coffee table or a couch or something that's strong enough to support your body weight. I hope you're getting something out of this, guys. Definitely feel the burn, Robin. All right, guys, let's go. So same thing, nice and slow and controlled. If you're doing them off coffee table or the couch, obviously the further you have your feet out, the harder it is as well. So again, you find a distance that is comfortable for you and manageable for you. Obviously you want it to be a little bit of a challenge, okay? That's it, nice guys, good. So I know for me, I do struggle with these because one of my wrists has got really poor range of motion from an old injury. So sometimes I will modify these to, in the gym, to do just a tricep push down or tricep push up or something like that, just because I find that sometimes, like I said, it can be too much on my wrist. All right, so next one, guys, jumping back down again, gonna go into a single leg glute bridge. Okay, so this time one leg up to the roof, other foot on the floor, same as before, pushing through the heel, lifting the hips up nice and tall. All right, ready? Let's go. So you're going to swap every 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, swap sides. So remember, keep those hips tucked up, pressing through the heel, really squeezing the glute, but not using the lower back. Okay, keep the lower back out of it. Let's use our glutes. 3, 4, and last one, 5. So I'll go back to this side. Should get a couple in. So 1, 2. All right, that'll do. Then our last one is a sumo squat. So with these ones, feet are out wider than hip width apart. Okay, turn the toes out a little bit wider. As you come down, I want you to keep those knees out nice and wide, okay? So this one's a great one for the glutes, but also for the adductors and obviously the quads. Okay, ready? Let's go. So down, little pause at the bottom, keep those knees out nice and wide, still squeezing through the glutes. Again, keep that upper body nice and tall, little pause at the bottom, pressing up. Try not to rest too long at the top. So like I said, these ones you should feel a little bit more through the glutes. It's good, guys, just nice and slow. So when you're working body weight, slow your tempo down. You know, maybe 5 seconds through the whole movement, you'll find it completely changes your workout. You'll definitely feel it. You'll have the DOMS or delayed onset muscle soreness the next day or two. All right, shake the legs out. So going back into our dips, like I said, just make sure you slow it down. Hey Zoe. So dips again, guys, remember, keep those shoulders back, don't let them round forward, keep them back. Nice and tall through the whole movement. All right, ready, let's go. So 45 seconds, should be aiming for somewhere around sort of 8 to 10, so just nice and slow. Remember, a little pause at the bottom, come up, try not to rest too long at the top there. Keep those elbows going straight back, shoulders back, chest out, nice and tall. So again, remember, if you need to, just modify the range of motion. Okay, to keep those shoulders back, keep the shoulders in a strong position, safe position. Awesome job, guys, we're almost done. And time, nice work. All right, so 2 to go. So single leg glute bridges was your next one. The dog's back, I'm sure he's gonna come and try and lick me now that I'm sweating. Over there. All right, so single leg glute bridges, remember, down, leg up in the air, pressing through the heel of that other foot, keep those hips tucked. So we're swapping every 5, so you should get probably 1 set each side or thereabouts. That's it, nice guys. All right, so swap sides. So I want you to really take notice and see if it's easier on one side than it is the other side. Obviously we all normally have the dominant side. So obviously if one side is a little bit easier than the other, you might need to pay a little bit more attention to that non-dominant side. And perhaps when you're doing either this home workout stuff or when you can get back into the gym, jump up, make sure that you use that non-dominant side first, because obviously you want to do the weight, you want to do weights that non-dominant side is capable of doing. All right, last one of those sumo squats. So same thing, feet out nice and wide, wider than hip width. Turn the toes out, keep those knees out over the toes. Let's go. So same thing, nice and slow and controlled. Little pause at the bottom. So remember, these ones you should really feel in the glutes, because obviously our feet are out nice and wide. Keep that chest up. That's it. These ones, don't want to push your hips back too much. Almost just want to go straight down rather than pushing the hips back like our normal squat. All right guys, nice work. That is time for those ones. Just see what the time's doing here. All right, so that is it for the workout this morning, guys. Thank you so much for jumping on. I really appreciate it. If you've just jumped on, guys, obviously once we're done, feel free to go back and have a look through it. If you've been with us the whole time, feel free to go back and go through it again to get that third or fourth set and fourth set through to make sure that you're getting a decent workout in. As I said, with your bodyweight stuff, really make sure that you slow it down, okay? Nice and slow and controlled is better than just rushing through it. Really focus on the muscles that you're trying to engage. So remember with the push-ups, concentrate on pushing from the chest, the glute bridges, squeezing the glutes, all those sorts of things. You know, the hack squats, pushing up through the quads at the bottom there. You'll find that it really does make a massive difference when you focus on the muscle that you're trying to engage and trying to work. Again, guys, thank you so much for jumping on. Obviously, if you're watching this later on, enjoy it. I hope you get something out of it. You know, I'd encourage you guys to jump on and you know, if you've got an area of expertise, jump in and do a presentation, whether it be on health and well-being or whether it be, you know, something family friendly or whatever it might be, whatever your area of expertise is. If you've got any thoughts about jumping in and perhaps doing a presentation, I'd say go for it. You know, it's an awesome thing to do, and obviously keep sharing the love and the message of Happiness Aid. You know, as I said at the start, the community of over 4,000 already, and you know, it's just growing every day, and it's so amazing to be a part of. And so thank you very much for this opportunity. Have an awesome day, guys. I hope that started your day off well, and look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Huge love from me.